It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Baker going to throw this right away. A short one here, caught by McBride. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And the Texans are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run with a USC man, Woody Marks. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. You talk about this Jets defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run game.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. This running game is so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Looking right side, and he's got him in. That's Hall. And the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like in the start.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. And that flag accepted.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Looking to put a drive together. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
It was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw, Mayfield. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hurry! 180!
Here's Mayfield. Escapes the sand. He'll try and do this himself. That is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On to punt is Camarda as he sends this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
Stroud looking to throw. That's complete. It's Jalen Noel. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. 7-7, our score after one. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Real.
Throwing, Mayfield. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get about 5 here, so take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 19 yards away. And the Jets have taken the lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Moody good with an extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
On the quick, right? Look. Hey, uno.
Get left side for Pierce. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2.
Hey, uno more. 18.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
All right. 11.
Throwing now is Stroud. And he rifles one incomplete. The Texans at 11-5 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
18.
Now Stroud. They set up the screen, Marks. Now he's free at the 35. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Stroud will look to throw once more. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And the red zone precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, it's going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one. And that one falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Stroud. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
18. Why Tony?
Stroud to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Mayfield down. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup at 7, past the 30 to the 32.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll look to throw again. Looking here for Smith downfield. Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. A huge play there for the Jets. 49 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And strong run there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Trey McBride from 8 yards out. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here we go.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I want to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd down and a yard.
Here we go. Hey, under. Hey!
Here's Stroud. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Following the interception, Mayfield is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with career touchdown number 75. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Second and 10.
Here we go. 18. Outside.
Operating from the gun. Stroud. And he's got his big tight end here. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game started the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And getting this almost just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll let this go deep for Collins. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
18.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stroud. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
The throwing again is Stroud. Open man is Higgins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Oh, ready. 18. What's that? Slide.
Stroud out of the gun here. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Swap. Mother swap. Why Tony? Tony.
Stroud off the play fake. Now he's going to step up and run. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On the quick, right?
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sanders' kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Mayfield on play action. Now he'll tuck this and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Here we go. 18. Outside.
Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
18. Outside. 19 Texas.
Stroud working out of the gun. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Caught by Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A gain of 15. First down.
They'll give to Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw, Mayfield. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing, Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop any like that one. 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Stroud looking to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Gain of 11. And the Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Love. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That's a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Regular. Done.
4th down, Mayfield. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Hurry. 180. Stop.
Mayfield off the play fake. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. And the Texans are right back in this football game. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
2nd and 10. Now Stroud. That's underneath to Pierce. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Stroud. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll push his way through. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jets are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punt it. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And the Texans, first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Stroud to throw it. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud. And he comes back with one complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd down.
Oh, ready? Ready? Why, Tony? Hey.
Stroud will look to throw once more. And it is caught. Touchdown, Texans. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score.
Jets 38, Texans 30.
So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the Jets have got it. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. They go play action. Mayfield. That's complete to McBride. That all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Trey McBride with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jets extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
19 Texans. Ow, okay. What?
Stroud to throw it. And he pulled in downfield by Collins. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
Stroud. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
18. What's that? Oh, boy.
Now Stroud. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Christian Harris. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there. Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. 92 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter. Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
180.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Here's Hall again. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 14-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game. And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish. So for the Jets, the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them chopsticks cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hot. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the counter that's dry. Riding the special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and Birkin, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes, here go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, help ride. Back while I'm gripping her side. Big and mad back, this ain't regular size. We really fly, we like pelican guys. You ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put baguettes in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her highs. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them chopsticks cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hot. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Cash, money, cash, money, bread, bread, I took the Billy cool back and I hopped in the car. I put the in front of the Billy in front of the driver. And made it sit there in the road, right, wow. I'm still double ties, huh? I'm in the coupe by myself. I had to kick her though when I